Imagine having a world-class mentor who knows your goals, your weaknesses, your habits, and your blind spots better than you do, who never sleeps, never gets tired, and is available 24/7. This mentor can break down complex strategies into exact, actionable steps tailored to your unique situation, adapt to your feedback instantly, and hold you accountable without judgment or ego. For most of history, this was impossible. You needed to find the right person, convince them to invest their time in you, and even then, you'd get limited access. But now, with AI, this barrier is gone. The question is not whether you can have a personal mentor at all times. The question is whether you know how to design one so it actually drives your growth instead of becoming just another flashy gadget. Today, I'm giving you the AI Mentoring Protocol, a step-by-step framework to turn any advanced AI tool into a precision personal mentor that accelerates your performance in real time. And it starts with recognizing one critical truth. AI by itself is not a mentor, it's a blank engine. To make it work for you, you must program it with 3 layers: identity, system, and feedback. The first layer, identity, is where most people fail. They open a chatbot, type a random question, and expect brilliance. But a real mentor is defined by perspective, not by raw information. Your AI needs a defined role, values, and operating principles. Think of it like onboarding an elite coach. You wouldn't just say, "Teach me business," and expect results. You'd brief them on your goals, your constraints, and your preferred style of communication. The actionable step here is to write a 1-paragraph mentor identity for your AI. Define its expertise area, its tone, and its mission. For example, you are my performance strategist with a focus on decision-making under pressure. Your role is to give me concise, high-leverage strategies backed by neuroscience and behavioral psychology. You challenge my assumptions and always force me to identify my next concrete action. Once you give your AI this identity, you lock in the lens through which it will process your inputs. The second layer is the system. Human mentors succeed because they have a process, a way of consistently guiding you from problem to solution. AI can replicate this, but only if you give it a repeatable framework. Without it, your conversations will be random, and random input equals random output. Here's the move. Choose a core protocol that matches your growth focus. For productivity, it might be a 3-step loop. Clarify the goal, identify the bottleneck, apply a targeted intervention. For skill acquisition, it could be break the skill into microcomponents, practice them with feedback, integrate them into a whole. Feed this structure into the AI and make it your default conversation template. Every time you interact, run through the same sequence so the AI learns the rhythm of your growth process. This does 2 things. It forces you to think in a structured way, and it trains the AI to deliver answers in the exact format that drives results for you. Now we get to the third layer, feedback. This is where AI mentoring becomes self-reinforcing. A human coach watches your progress, notes what's working and what's not, and adjusts. AI can't see you, but it can process your reports and adapt its advice if you feed it the right data. Most people just keep asking questions, but the upgrade is to log outcomes. After you act on a piece of advice, return to your AI with a short debrief. What you tried, what happened, and what you observed. Instruct it to refine its recommendations based on these results. Over time, this builds a personalized model of you inside the AI's context, so every suggestion is sharper than the last. Here's the crucial insight. The value of an AI mentor compounds over time in direct proportion to the quality of your feedback. Poor feedback equals a stagnant mentor. Detailed, consistent feedback equals an AI that is effectively learning you. This is why we call it a protocol. It's a closed loop. Identity, system, feedback. Now let's take it deeper and get tactical with each stage. In the identity phase, you can stack multiple mentor identities to cover different domains. You could have one AI profile specialized in physical performance optimization, another in financial strategy, and another in negotiation. The key is to keep these profiles separate so the context doesn't get diluted. Switching between them is like walking into different offices in the same building. Each one is set up for a distinct type of conversation. For the system phase, you can install micro-protocols inside your main loop. Let's say your goal is scaling your business. Your primary loop is clarify the objective, isolate the constraint, execute the intervention. Inside isolate the constraint, you could have a sub-protocol like market analysis, competitive mapping, and offer refinement. These micro-protocols can be pre-written and given to the AI so it knows exactly how to walk you through them. And because AI processes structured prompts with far greater precision than vague ones, this small amount of upfront setup will multiply your output. In the feedback phase, you can gamify it. Assign a score to each result you get from following the AI's advice, 1 to 10. Over time, you and your AI will see a pattern in what advice scores highest. You can then tell it to prioritize strategies with historically higher scores for you. This is where AI mentoring surpasses even many human mentors, because it can remember every single interaction, run pattern recognition, and adjust in a way that no human memory can match. The mistake to avoid is using AI like a search engine. A search engine gives you answers. A mentor shapes your thinking. If you want your AI to do the latter, you must treat it as an evolving partner in your growth, not as a vending machine for quick tips. That means you also have to let it challenge you. Part of your mentor identity should explicitly state that it has permission to push back on your ideas, question your assumptions, and demand evidence. This is uncomfortable, but it's the discomfort that forces breakthroughs. This is also where neuroscience comes into play. One of the key drivers of growth is deliberate practice, and deliberate practice only works when there is immediate, high-quality feedback. Your brain relies on dopamine not just as a reward signal, but as a marker for what to repeat and what to avoid. The faster you get that signal after an action, the more likely your brain is to encode it. With a human mentor, that feedback loop might take days or weeks. With AI, it can be instantaneous. That's why your reporting process should be fast and frictionless. Keep a simple rhythm. Every time you execute on AI's advice, immediately send a short update with 3 elements: what you did, the result you got, and 1 observation or lesson. This turns your AI into a real-time learning system about you. The compound effect is massive because it shifts the AI from being reactive to being predictive. Over time, it can start suggesting next moves before you even realize you need them, based on the patterns it has learned from you. Another key element in AI mentoring is context stacking. A high-level human mentor doesn't start from scratch every time. They remember your history, your tendencies, and your priorities. AI can replicate this with context windows, but only if you deliberately load it. This means periodically reminding your AI of your big-picture objectives, your recent wins and losses, and your current focus areas. Think of it as refreshing the mentor's memory before each session. This ensures that every answer you get is anchored in your long-term trajectory, not just your last question. Now let's talk about leverage. The real reason to turn AI into your personal mentor is not just efficiency, it's acceleration. With a human mentor, you're limited to their knowledge, availability, and energy. With AI, you can fuse multiple expert perspectives into one unified system. You could have your AI mentor operate as a hybrid of a negotiation strategist, a cognitive performance coach, and a financial optimizer, blending playbooks from different disciplines into one coherent plan for you. The practical step here is to import and merge expert knowledge. Feed your AI summaries of books, lectures, or research papers in your chosen domains, and instruct it to integrate that knowledge into its recommendations for you. This way, your mentor is not just drawing from its training data, but from a curated, constantly updated library built specifically for your needs. The final upgrade is execution tracking. One of the biggest performance leaks for ambitious people is forgetting or neglecting to follow through. An AI mentor can close that leak by becoming your execution watchdog. Assign it the role of monitoring your key actions. For example, you can have it check in daily or weekly to review your progress on your top 3 priorities. When you report, it compares your actions to the plan you agreed on and flags any drift immediately. This creates a self-correcting system where underperformance is spotted and addressed before it snowballs. What makes this different from a simple to-do list is that the AI is actively analyzing why you drifted, whether it was a lack of clarity, overcommitment, or an external blocker, and then adjusting the strategy in real time. The psychological impact is huge. Knowing that you have a system watching your execution makes it far harder to hide from your own lack of discipline. And unlike a human coach, there's zero emotional baggage. You can't guilt trip or charm your way out of accountability. This keeps the process brutally honest, which is exactly what high performers need. Let's wrap it into a complete AI mentoring protocol you can implement immediately. Step 1. Define the mentor identity. Decide its expertise, tone, and mission. Step 2. Install a core system, your growth loop, with micro-protocols for different situations. Step 3. Feed it structured feedback after every action you take. Step 4. Stack your context so it always remembers your objectives. Step 5. Merge external expert knowledge into its database. Step 6. Use it as an execution watchdog to maintain relentless accountability. Follow this loop and you will have built a personal mentor that operates at a level no single human could sustain. The faster you integrate this into your daily operating system, the faster you will compress your learning curve, outpace your competition, and achieve results that look exponential to everyone else. Most people will keep using AI as a glorified search engine. They'll type in casual questions, get casual answers, and wonder why their results are casual too. You now know better. You have the blueprint to turn AI into a relentless force multiplier for your career, your business, and your personal growth. If you execute this, the gap between you and the average performer will grow so wide they won't even be able to see you anymore. That's the point. You're building an unfair advantage, and this is just one protocol in the arsenal. On this channel, every video is another weapon you can load into your system. Subscribe to Success Code now, and you'll keep adding these mental codes until you've built an operating system for success that runs 24/7, just like your AI mentor.